Chat, I'm talking to you directly right now. I have been waiting and I have been watching over the last few months as, obviously, things have been quiet since the end of Act 2, since our record-breaking beach episode. Some would describe it as life-changing. And I've seen a lot of people wondering when, obviously, we're coming back. Things have been, there have been delays. We've been slow with a lot of this stuff because it takes time to develop a lot of this shit. But, and this is the core of what I'm saying here, I want to highlight something. I saw guesses for summer. I saw guesses for spring. I saw guesses for 2-3 months out. But now, I want to announce it is not a number of months out. In fact, it is none months out. Chat, you're going to be playing in 3 weeks from tonight. So, we have been fucking working our asses off getting this shit running. 3 Tuesdays from now, we're all gonna be playing again. I got a lot of maps to make, Roma's got a lot of shit to draw, but we're gonna be here on the 25th of February. I hope to see you all there. It is significantly sooner than anticipated, which is good for many reasons. And to that end, actually, I get to release this now, which I'm very excited about. Chat! Yeah?
Jay's saying I have lots of work to do, even though I blasted through half of my work in the last 2 weeks.
Yes!
I want you guys to get to see it all as soon as possible.
Chat! Final 50 reflections are released for free right here, right now. I'm going to post it in the chat so you can all access it, because fuck copying this off the Roll20.
Yeah, the link doesn't even fit, bro.
No! It goes off screen! Here we go, chat.
Will you pin it?
Oh my god. Hody Dody, thank you for the sub. These are the final 50 reflections in the game. There is a lot in here to unpack. In fact, it's 61 fucking pages. I put a lot of work into this shit, so you can go through and you can sort through. I'd recommend waiting to read it until afterwards. They're broken down into 2 major sections. The last 25, which are mostly normal, and the final 25, which is Riddle Arendite has taken the wheel, and God does not exist in this place anymore. With that in mind, I'm gonna decide, Aloha.
Yeah.
Go to the Roll20. Roll me a 1d25, and I will read out one of the entries for everyone.
Roll 1d25? 16.
First 25, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So, these final sets are, again, drawn from Destruction Systems still, but yeah, here's one example. Fleeting truths preserved in polychrome. Investigation and Inquisition are quite different persuasions. The Inquisitors of the upper floors would arrive with a presumption of guilt, a view that if they were called, for any reason, a segment of the city that supports all life would no longer be functioning. Innocence and the assumption of innocence was a risk for the Inquisitors. Snap, the camera reel locks into place. The large shoulder-borne device proving to be an agony to lug around from site to site. He pushed himself. He had to make it before the Inquisition arrived. He had to arrive while fleeting innocence still existed as a possibility. This camera comes locked with 2 great reels of film that must be reloaded like any firearm. Each reel is warded and rewarded with layers of magic protections to render the world as it truly is. As a reflection, this allows the wielder to not only record any form of obfuscation. Once the record is completed, the film's reels can be accessed as representations of reality. By damaging the film, one damages those captured within it. By altering or editing the film, one can reshape the battlefield to match the recorder's vision. The Inquisitors fought hard for their vision of the truth. For their most frustrating opponent was not the rogue demonologists that sought the city's destruction. It was the lone reporter who decided to pursue the truth in the face of the collapse of the world. So, film reel reflection. Again, this matches the vision of reflections up to this point. You'll also notice that that was only about a page of text. They get longer with the access and addition of Seagazer and a Riddle the Yapper Arendite to the process. So,
Oh my god.
take your time, read those whenever you want. There are a few interesting ones that I will loop back to as we make it further in the stream, but I actually want to show off a few things. First up, in Act 3, as we move forwards, I want to show a locale that's been much alluded to, but that we've never directly visited ourselves. Again, I saw the suggestion that we may never visit this location, which, understandable. Let me do this one. Everybody, welcome to sunny Sky Point.
Oh my god.
Sunny Sky Point. Hello.
This glorious locale exists well above the world and well above the storms that are raging below. Different multicolor mists scatter around the area, each ignited by tiny devices meant to sort of dye the flame. After all, this mist carries with it a not insignificant amount of flame, and as a result, it can be controlled. This shopping plaza exists in an almost perpetual night, surrounded by a cocoon of fog. And beyond Sky Point,
If you saw at the bottom of the map, there were lots of really big windmills and stuff. It's cool.
yes. Beyond Sky Point,
Oh my
you may
god.
have seen this, well into the world below, Opia has been making its efforts to drive its way down into the old Coda, discovering things in the skeletal remains of old worlds. This path, deep and deeper down, is something that has been well charted, and one of the locations we are going to be visiting in Act 3.
Oh,
Fun.
the Coda base.
Yes.
My brain trying to figure out because I was zoomed in on the corner of the map.
Yeah, Opia's managed to set up footholds throughout the entire process, delving deeper and deeper. And in the depths of the desert itself, a fresh saltwater ocean has sprung to life.
Oh my god.
A result of twisted experiments, a result of Opia's twisted experiments, a large portion of the world has been reformatted, let's just say. Whether or not the most desolate area of the world could be reconfigured to contain life still remains a large question. However, there is one truth. This segment of the world that was once desert no longer can be considered part of the main landmass.
Hey, Tiny.
Huh?
You do this?
What do you mean? Why are you blaming me?
Tiny, tell me, did you do this?
Did you just spit it out? This
You
one
just have
you?
to watch Act 3 to find out.
She's dodging the question.
That's my fucking goat. Yeah. So, we've been working hard on making map after map after map, and that's going to be what I'm committing myself to over the next few weeks for sure. Big goal
I
being...
don't understand how many maps this man has made.
I made 9 yesterday. No, we're going to be trying to just like get everything done and set before we go in, for obvious reasons. Beyond that, I actually wanted to show off a few more things, and this segment of the stream has a very fun gimmick. That if you're in the Discord, and this is very important, chat, so listen to me extremely closely. if you're, I'm going to showcase the work of a few artists, and if you're in the Discord, please either in the reflection chat or in spoiler chat, if you like what you see or what you heard, at them and let them know. Just go, hey, awesome shit. That's the mini game segment of this.
Yay!
So I'm gonna start with music, because I want to share a track from Angra actually.
Yeah!
So everybody, peel your ears and listen. And chat, for now, that's all the preview you get. Watch the show. It's coming out in a few weeks. We are heading to, again, locations that can't be directly rendered right now. Please send Angra all of your appreciation. But
Everybody clap!
everybody indeed clap.
Yay!
There's a lot of stuff coming up. I'm gonna hold back on obviously a good portion of it, but I wanted to sort of like get out at least a little bit of it for now. The stuff that like wouldn't be too much of a big spoiler and that could get people more hyped up. So Aloha had a very good suggestion before the stream actually, of before we launch into this, showing off a few character designs for the next act, including a few familiar characters' Act 3 looks. So, we are going to start with new characters first, and then pretty much wind the stream out with familiar characters. As before, the minigame is still in play. If you see somebody's work, please let them know that you appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about all of these characters. They're my bleebos. Every
So-
character in this game is my bleebo, but these ones are particularly my bleebo.
So, first up, this is a work from Katartna. This is... Naturally, we're shifting our focus at this point more towards Geist's aims and ends. As a result, it's time to grab a few Geist representatives and throw them out into the public. This is Subject 8. An individual produced by the same program that created Satyr as well as Charybdis as well as others. She is, quote, considered the perfected use case and has otherwise been left on a shelf to rot. Kat has done fucking wonderful work on this, and yeah, I am excited to share this character with everybody as we move into the next act. Our focus, obviously going more Geist-oriented. The big thing, she is a member of Geist Special Operations, which is a segment of Geist that has been organized for its various failed science experiments and the like to be thrown at problems.
I'm their biggest fan.
I
love
love
them.
8 so much. I love 8 so much. Oh, I love her.
The likelihood
I love all the members of the Guys Suicide Squad.
What
To that
are we,
end.
some kind of Suicide Squad?
from Bisectro, This man.
Oh my god, we're doing him today?
Oh
Yes.
my! What the fuck?
This man is an individual called a Visionary.
I love
ass-
him.
I
Ass-
love him so much. This guy's the goat.
assigned to the same squad. Assigned to the very same squad as 8 for different reasons. He is he's suspected of being a Cialan spy, and as a result is being thrown to the front lines to succeed in the field. Visionary is listed as having no particular skill. While others in the squad might have an area such as like infiltration, assassination, etc. Our boy here, unfortunately, finds himself without an area of talent or expertise.
Don't worry, he's
Damn,
the
that's
goat,
rough,
though.
buddy.
Don't worry, he's
Telling you,
awesome and
the
cool, and he's so
squad-
cool.
This squad is goaded. I love it. I'm the
You
biggest
need to
fan.
understand, I'm so obsessed with Guy's squad. They are all my guys.
They're
And he understands immediately.
finally
I love them so much. Oh my god.
from Rion.
Yes! Yes!
This one. Reko Oroko, a lab assistant with no discernible records or history. This individual has been assigned to the squad as a healer or support type character. This is fucking Bleepo.
God, I love
Roko,
Rico.
I love Roko so much. I love. Oh my god, I just love Guy's squad. Okay, I'm just obsessed with them. I'm not normal about them.
This tiny creature is this tiny creature wants the best for everyone around her, which is a shame when the squad or organization you are on is paper thin, understaffed, underleveled, and the main threats you're facing are gods and the forces of Opia. Everyone,
The backbone of society, right here.
yeah, please pray for Bleepo's success and survival, because
She needs it.
yeah, for all of these wonderful individuals, their odds
Their
Are
odds
not
of surviving are
wonderful.
so low.
Gonna kill them all myself.
please.
Please don't. These are my Bebos.
Finally, with this new wrinkle introduced, I think it's time to get back into characters we're a little more familiar with. So this one has actually been sitting in the chamber for a little bit, but it's finally fucking time to show you guys and everybody out there what Melly's Opia fit's gonna look like. Look at the creature. I say, gesturing repeatedly.
Oh,
Now, I will not share the icons yet, but we have gotten wonderful icons from Pooji for this version of Melly that are fucking incredible. You're gonna have to wait until the show proper to see them, though. I'm not spoiling that yet. That is a surprise for all of Melly's biggest fans. And finally, last but not least, let's look at this deranged man. Here is the Act 3 fit for a 1 skeleton. Look at our dude. Dressed up for the winter, prepped. He's got his awful cursed arm on lock. Look at that smile. That is the smile of a man ready to seize the day.
Please show less death flags, please.
Put him away, King. Ah. Now, again, everybody, we've been working hard on this. The artists have been working hard. The musicians have been working hard. This all pretty much brings us up to a sooner than expected release date. But over the next few weeks, continue to cheer us on, continue to cheer Roma on, because yeah, still more work to be done.
Please cheer for Roma and Jay. Please, they work so hard that they're working so fucking hard. So many hours a day go into this.
In the last 2 weeks, I've completed 4 character designs and 3.5 icons. Also, for the person in chat who's like freaking out and scared that he does not have LED shoes, don't worry, there are LEDs in those shoes.
There are LEDs.
Don't
worry.
you worry, your pretty little head.
Yeah,
There
do
are
not
LEDs
worry.
in that shoe.
We are not compromising on Ace's most distinctive characteristic. So with all of this said, I do want to say, yeah, we originally the goal was like, oh yeah, during break, maybe I could run another game, maybe I could do a Kamen Rider thing. All of it has been sacrificed on the throne of reflection right now. It is all kindling for this fucking fire. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna go hard. I hope to see everybody there. I hope everybody's as fucking hyped as this shit, about this shit as I am. The tone shift into the final act of the game is going to be, I think, something really good. I'm trying to think of a better word.
Yeah,
it's going to be quality.
I think the word you're looking for is peak.
Some would say. Some are calling it that. And I think the best way to sort of like communicate this, because this story started off a very specific way, and over the course of the first act and the second act, you've watched it evolve as you went head to head with not only demons, Geist, pyromancers, Queen of Flames, the big man. You fought God, that was sick. The question is, as we shift into this final act and this final season, where the fuck do you go from here? And as the winter winds settle and the fog descends, the question actually changes. We are entering the final act and the end of this world functionally. So I think I'll take an excerpt from the pages of one Riddle Arendite, and then afterwards, Aloha, if you could cut the stream.
Cool.
To begin. The absolute last reflection in the book. The last, final one. Not exactly a reflection that one can equip. Instead, this functions more as a memoriam for everything that's happened up to this point. Reflection 0. Another day. Crystal, Any. I've been left with an extremely unenviable task. With our liberation from Destruction System, I've been given the job of crafting a reflection that summarizes and capitalizes on Opia's full strength. After all, if our world burns, it'll be destruction that pens our tale, so it's probably better if somebody like me, memory holes and all, does it rather than her. So, here I am. And to tell you the truth, I can't think of a place to start other than a $4 slice of pizza. I know, it's overpriced. To anyone reading this at a later date in your time, it'll probably be even more thanks to inflation. Or you'll be in World 13 and you won't even have the Geist brand dollar bill at all. Good riddance. I don't remember the day of Flow's founding. I don't remember most days, particularly recently. But I do remember one moment in the middle of the swirling tides. I remember sitting at a pizza place in Midtown, lips chapped from windburn, trying to eat a too-hot slice of pizza. Kinda lame as a starting place, right? But for me, that's the earliest memory I have of all of my friends being in the same place. I realize now I'm probably the worst possible person to be writing this list. I can't remember our triumph over eternity, but I can remember that pizza so clearly. I remember our trip to the beach. I remember driving to Ciala and jumping in a river. I remember baking a cake and getting everyone sick. I remember 100,000 moments lived in the shadow of greater events. I remember none of the heroics. I only remember my friends, myopia, my life. I remember the people we were, neither at our best nor our worst. I remember the small things we did and the small people we were. And in remembering, I realized telling a tale worthy of a weapon demands a focus on those moments of triumph. Moments of heroism and villainy. Tales that tower over and crush reality. Each reflection is a story told and a story untold. A story of living in the darkest times and a story of standing and facing the impossible. But it's only now as I try to write my own story that I realize the question of how one stands and how one fights is answered by the weapon. The question of how one lives is answered by the wielder. don't have the answer yet. I don't know how one faces the end as bravely as those did before me, and I don't have the answer for how one lives in conditions so crushing. I only have what must be my answer. If I stood, I know why. I have what I carry with me, what I've always carried with me, remembered or not. I wanted my story to be important in the same way every person who's gone on to make a reflection has wanted their story to be important. Not just in a way that demons were felled and gods were slain. I wanted it to matter that it was me that walked that path. But every weapon in this hall echoes that identical but inverted silence. A million lives lived and condensed down to a paragraph. A billion small moments of small people made large and singular. If you've come here looking for a weapon, I can only offer you the one I know. You're not a hero, you're not a villain. If someone labels you like that, they have their own agenda. You are every moment that you breathed and blinked. You're every little exchange, you're every lost moment of disassociation. You're every vice you have, you are every ugly little thing carried inside of you. You are alive, you are you. After writing roughly 250 entries on this list, I hope my lapse in judgment at the last second to craft a distinctly unlegendary reflection doesn't hurt our chances. But for a person who has no choice but to carry the unremarkable with her, this is truly the only type of reflection I could produce. Please, if you're reading this from some far-flung future, take this weapon. Not a story of a group of heroes that did it right and saved the world. The same story as it always is in the darkest of times. A story of fuck-ups, clowns, and cheaters. A story of a woman who'd cry over a $4 slice of pizza because it's the closest she's come to living herself. Take this weapon, go, and live. Final recorded reflection log from the Vault of Riddle Arendite.